Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, Wednesday finally arrived. I wasn't sure exactly when it was dropping. I heard it was dropping earlier than the 23rd, but the 23rd was the date I'd always had. I had no idea the whole series, the whole season, 8 episodes was dropping. I just watched the first episode and the trailer for the season, and then it said, watch them all now. I'm like, oh no. It's 5 a.m. in Australia. I've had all night doing other stuff. I could have been watching the whole thing. I'm only going to get through to maybe halfway episode 4 before I have to go to sleep, before I am exhausted. If I'd known, I could have watched the whole season. I could have started hours ago. So I'm really annoyed at that. So there you go. It's actually all dropped at once. I thought they were doing week to week, which is what they should be doing because it keeps people, subscribing, and dropping a whole season. It's just inconvenient. Like, I don't have time tomorrow to watch the other 4 episodes, so I'm going to have to wait until tomorrow night again to watch the other half, which is going to be maddening. Okay, so I guess you can work out from my frustration that I'm actually enjoying the show. I don't know if it's just compared to the atrocity that was Rob Zombie's The Munsters, that this looks so good, but it actually is really good. Wednesday was very much Wednesday. She was in character. Gomez and Morticia came off fairly well as well. Thing was adorable. Pugsley was very vulnerable. I was kind of surprised that he always sort of was more like that, but he shows a lot of signs of bullying, and when Wednesday has to leave him to go to the school, she says, he's soft and weak and can't survive without her and won't last, I think, 2 months. But yeah, the thing that I thought was going to be the problem with this series is the basically Monster Academy, Nevermore Academy. I thought it would really reduce Wednesday. She sort of wouldn't stand out. She'd just sort of disappear amongst this group of vampires and werewolves and what do they call the scales? Because they're all different groups: the fangs, the furs, the scales, sirens. Yeah, so they've got mermaids. They've got everything there, and I really am surprised they've really underplayed that. Now, Wednesday's housemate. Roommate is a werewolf, and she does initially defend herself against Wednesday. She plays music. Wednesday tries to turn it off. She shows her claws, but that's actually all she can do. She can't fully transform, so she can't fit in with her pack, and that. So that's kind of the closest we really got to anything paranormal happening. Now, we do see very early on Wednesday having a vision, and she does have visions when she bumps into people. I don't know if that's why she doesn't touch people, or if it's just a random thing that some people it happens to. I wasn't paying enough attention to realise, did she have a vision every time she touched someone, or just some people? But she had visions of people dying, and they did. We've had 2 people die mysteriously in the woods. The third person we saw die, who was like hitchhiking. And that's the first clue that I got that in this world, monsters are normal. The woman who drops this kid off says something about werewolves, and he says something about werewolves, and she's like, yeah, they're just like us until they turn on us, basically. And I'm like, oh, so in this world it's normal to have werewolves, and they're just amongst us. Oh, okay. So yeah, when at the start of the episode is the scene we've already seen where kids are bullying Pugsley. So Wednesday, after having a vision, basically drops the piranhas in the pool. The kid only loses 1 testicle, so he will breed, unfortunately. I'm feeling less sympathetic. The first time I saw that scene, I thought, okay, the outsider goth that was bullied during high school, the Wednesday Addams is enjoying that, but the adult me is looking at that responsibly and thinking they shouldn't be showing that sort of example. But I'm feeling more Wednesday at the moment. But yeah, the episode was really good. Wednesday gets left there. Gomez drops Thing there to take care of her, and he tries to stay out of the way, but she eventually spots him. She tries to escape. I'm just thinking, how many times did she try to escape? Well, she gets taken into town to go to therapy because that's part of the court deal. She escapes. She fixes a guy's coffee machine. What was his name again? Tyler, who's the son of the sheriff, who has a issue with Gomez because apparently when he was at Nevermore, he killed someone, and this guy has a bone to grind against Addams's. So she fixes this guy's coffee machine and talks him into giving her a lift to the train station so she can escape. Some kids show up. They pick a fight with Wednesday. She knocks them down. The sheriff comes in, kind of blames her in a way because, she's an Addams and she's from Nevermore. She gets taken back. She tries to escape again. She gets Sting to go to him and gets him to call her with a message from Thing, and they're going into town to a fair. She gets him to meet up there to take her away then. But she bumps into another guy. What was his name? Ron. Was it Ron? Ronan? I don't know. Another kid. She has a vision of him dying, and she goes after him to save him, and he actually attacks her because he's seen a picture of her that his mother or somebody drew saying that she would destroy the academy, and it was his obligation to destroy it, to kill her. So while he has psychic powers, so while he has her pushed up against a tree and he's planning to kill her, this monster comes out of the blue and kills him. So Wednesday escapes, knowing that there's a monster out in the woods. Apparently that's going to be part of the future story, that no one believes her. And Morticia and Gomez's history and what happened there, the mystery of that murder there, is going to be part of the series as well. And the mystery of who tried to kill Wednesday with the gargoyle that was dropped on her when she was leaving the office, the infirmary, I think, because she challenged one of the other girls to fencing, and actually it was a duel, but then she basically said, no mask, no tips, first blood wins, and she actually lost. The other girl gave her a tiny little cut on her forehead, and then after she was leaving the infirmary, the gargoyle was dropped and she was knocked back, got knocked out. She thanked the kid. Apparently he was returning the favour from her saving him from locking himself in a coffin at a funeral, nearly being cremated. But he's got some sort of issue with her. I think he likes her or something. He's obviously, they're setting up a triangle already between Tyler and that guy. But when she's trying to escape, she bumps into him, and she actually gets a conscience and says, I can't let this guy die. The last two guys I saw had visions of dying. I didn't do anything, they died. I know that's what happens now. She runs after him, that happens, blah, blah. She goes back. But they're about to escape, but then these bullies that she beat up show up with baseball bats to get her. So they run from that, and that's when she encounters the other kid and that's kind of where the episode ended. So she obviously didn't escape. Her parents called her and thanked her. I mean, she thanked them basically for the academy being fun. I'm just really annoyed that there's a whole season and I have to try and watch it. And I have to fit 8 hours into my schedule, which I wasn't expecting. I thought they were going to do this one episode at a time, and I was going to be just reviewing one episode a week. Netflix just stopped dropping whole seasons. No one has the time. You spend all this money on a show, people watch it in one go, and then they don't come back. You could have people dragged out for 2 months reviewing the show, watching the show, coming back, subscribing. I don't know why they still do this. They should realise this method doesn't work. It's one of the things that's taken Netflix down, I think, as opposed to other streaming services that dole out the episodes week after week and keep people coming back and give some people some routine and something to hold on to, like having this show to look forward to for 2 months to watch every week and digest and review and analyse and talk about is fun. Having to marathon it all in one go because everyone else is going to do that, and if you wait you're just going to get spoiled or you won't be able to talk to other people about it. Series, better than I thought. Surprised. I thought it was going to be bad. I thought they were going to really overemphasize the monsters and the monster college, basically, the monster academy. And they've really underplayed that. They've allowed Wednesday to shine and remain the main character and be interesting and not be overshadowed. Compared to the atrocious, hideous, woeful mess Rob Zombie made of the Munsters, this is brilliant. And I don't know why I'm that surprised. It is directed by Tim Burton, but I really wasn't sure. I'm enjoying it. I think I'm going to like the whole series, and I hope this 59-minute episode is a good example of the whole season. There's the next episode is 48 minutes, so it looks like they're going to be all over the place time-wise. But yeah, I just had to do a review of the first episode, and then I'll do a review of the whole season, I guess, once I finish it tomorrow night. But I had to put something up because I was really negative about it. I was sure it was going to be bad, and I was wrong so far. One episode is all I'm judging on. But yep, feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the show. I'm really more relieved than anything else because it was so disappointing and upsetting to see what happened to the Munsters with Rob Zombie. This is good. I wasn't let down by Tim Burton, and I'm just really, really grateful because I love Wednesday. I am Wednesday. I was Wednesday. And I'm glad she's in good hands and they've done a good job.